determination, laser focus, banging on they door, they taking notice.
Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Right 80. 54. Stay with your man.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. Ingram's got the first down and more. 38 yards on the scamper there.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Alert. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They run with David Montgomery, the 3rd-round pick from Iowa State. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 24. Check 24. He's coming. Alert.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Like an alpha.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Now.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, Stidham. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Irv Smith Jr. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Vikings.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Ready.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Stidham on second down. He's got Smith here. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They can't hang with us. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Alert.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
180! Alert, 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 alert!
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it'll bring up third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
18. Smooth. Yo, alert flag.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 78 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Hey, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They run. It's Mark Ingram. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After one, it's 9-0. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
50, Mike's 50. Bravo. Mike, 50.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Check, 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 check. Slam, slam, slam.
Ingram. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
28-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
18, 18. Come on, let's go. 36, 38.
Here's Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Willie Snead. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now.
That's the score. Vikings 9, Bears 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, here's Stidham. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took them 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
Pilot, 64, weak. Check 13. Let's go.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stumping that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 23. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check it out, read.
Now it's Ingram. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
It's going to be a long day.
Hey, Charlie. Red, talk.
Here we go. Hey, switch gears.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Stidham right back to it after the pick-6. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running right, this is Ingram. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Get up! 180!
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Mike's 50, man.
Red,
Trying to collect it. SOS.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Get up! 180!
Mike 5-4. I got you. 25. Check 25.
On second down, it's Ingram. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
180!
Right there, 54 Mike. Here I come. Hey, watch it.
Hey, ball.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stidham again here on 2nd and 10. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. third down now.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken about the 12. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 31, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing, Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Cousins, and this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Cousins. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT.
For the Viking field goal, a 52-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
He's not going to get me. Check 3.
Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Alert! Oh, here we go.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Hey, let's go. Red, up. Check.
Now it's Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
And the Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Watch twins. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Check. Lucky.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is...
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
Allen Robinson. Touchdown, Bears.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Give to Cook out of the gun, fighting him off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a second and 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there, and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Get up! Ready! Mike 5-4. They're going to need some therapy after this. Alert!
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Ready! 54 Mike. Watch the curve!
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, boy. Ran, don't be scared of it.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
So don't say nothing. Hey, Wood. Alert.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
That's good for the Bears.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
3rd and 11.
The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Watch 38. Watch 38. Come off the ball. Come on. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Five.
Mike 50.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Come on, fellas. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I got him.
Big Dan.
On first down, Ingram. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Ingram again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
180! Right there, 54 miles. Hey, tight. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, 18.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll run forward Montgomery. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. A 2nd nice move, a spin. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Slam, slam. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ingram. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. On third down, Ingram. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by